pleasant welcome to Lntv News Live. This is a 30-minute presentation of major news, views, interviews, background reports, and analysis shifting the destiny of Liberia, Africa, and our global village. It's Tuesday, February 26, 2019. My name is Zokwe Beslekonen, anchoring this edition of the program. In the headlines, President George Weah is proposing the establishment of Liberia-Israel Center for Agriculture Training in the country. International Financial Corporation pledges commitment to supporting small and medium enterprises and competitiveness in Liberia. Ministry of Education alarms over the defrauding of national government by some in-service teachers, threatens to take drastic measures against would-be violators. And of the home front, President Muhammadu Buhari has extended his lead as votes are being counted in Nigeria's general election amid allegations of manipulation. These stories plus many other developments are all coming up in the program Lntv News Live. But first, we are taking a short break to be back with the faces of the newsmakers. Welcome back to Lntv News Live. President George Weah is proposing the establishment of a Liberia-Israel Center for Agriculture Training in the country. The Liberia-Israel Center for Agriculture Training would provide training opportunities for Liberians in agriculture and other related fields. President Weah said the training center will promote food productivity, yield, profit from agricultural produce, and sustain government's efforts to develop the agriculture sector. According to him, the training center would collaborate with Mashaf Agriculture Training Center in the state of Israel. When established, President Weah said the training center would greatly improve the living standards of Liberians. President Weah made the proposal Tuesday when he spoke at the Mashaf Agriculture Training Center in Tel Aviv, Israel. Meanwhile, President George Weah says under the Propo Agenda for Prosperity and Development (PABD), his administration intends to lift at least 1 million of Liberia's population from poverty. President Weah said his administration plans to give power to the people, create jobs, improve the economy, and sustain the peace through good governance and transparency in line with the major pillars and objectives of the national policy. He also said Liberia intends to achieve such desired goal by the year 2023. According to a dispatch, President Weah made the statement Tuesday, February 26 at the Mashaf Agricultural Training Center in Tel Aviv, Israel, where he addressed senior executives of the center, including the center's head, Ambassador Gil Haskell, on current social and economic challenges Liberia is being faced with. He said to address such challenges, the CDC-led government developed the National Development Plan, launched last November. The Liberian leader named the two main strategic drivers under the PAPD as infrastructure development through road connectivity and agriculture. The president told Ambassador Haskell that Liberia is a nation blessed with a small population of 4.6 million people and a significant endowment of natural resources made fertile by one of the highest rainfalls in the world. He, however, said if Liberia is to turn such comparative advantages into competitive advantages to produce sustainable growth and development for its people, then the government needs to take some pages from the Israeli experience. He recalled that over the years since its founding, Israel has improved its infrastructure, increased food production through agriculture, and the country is now considered one of the world's leading technological hubs. The International Financial Corporation (IFC) says it is committed to supporting small and medium enterprises and competitiveness as part of its strategy to improving the business environment in Liberia. Speaking at the SME Forum, IFC Country Representative Proxy Rahila Danjuma stressed the importance of SMEs as the engine of the economy.
One way is through access to finance. So as IFC, we've invested in a number of banks within the sector that we think will go out into the market and invest in local businesses, with Access Bank being a primary leader within the industry, investing in over 300 SMEs and corporates within Liberia and over 2,000 micro clients within the country. The majority of those are actually female-owned businesses, although it's not so reflective in the demographics of the room today, but we'll make sure we get them out next time, the ladies out. So access to finance is one of the main areas in which we support businesses within the country.
For his part, Access Bank Managing Director Jonas Nyaye explained the importance of the SME Business Conference.
To share and exchange views and perspectives on the general corporate governance issues and how these issues affect your ability to position your business for opportunities in financing and in sustaining your business. I actually think that today's topic, ladies and gentlemen, is actually loaded with a lot of interesting dimensions and perspectives, and I believe our resource colleagues from IFC will do a justice to these dimensions and topics. As a bank, we have realized that our success actually depends on the individual success of our customers.
Scientists are said to be analyzing data as well as doing follow-ups on recent data collected from participants who enrolled at the extended Prevail study. Prevail study 5 enrollments have ended, but the expansion of the vaccine research is still ongoing. About 3,900 people have so far enrolled at the expanded edition of the study, hailing from Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Mali. Here now is Joseph Boy Cooper, pillar lead and advocacy of Prevail.
We were able to put the total number of 3,900 participants across the region, Liberia, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Mali, and that was very successful. So for now, we are like all up on those participants. Enrollment on the extended of the vaccine study, the extension of the vaccine study has ended, and doing the extension of the vaccine research.
Sorry, we had to cut that due to the poor quality of the clip. Meanwhile, the manager of social mobilization of Prevail, Bartholomew Wilson, disclosed that due to its intensive mobilization, Prevail has reached its targeted benchmark. He commended on those who participated in the study, adding that they are part of history making.
Video studies hasn't been rosy all along. Going back to 2015, I remember some of the challenges that we encountered in the early days of video, but that is far behind us now. I think you listen to some of the numbers that my colleagues were presenting here. It tells you clearly that we've come a long way. Video has been generally accepted across communities in Liberia, and with their support, we've managed to reach our target for all of the video studies at some point.
The Ministry Ministry of Education says it is working on modalities to ensure that the study of supplementary teachers will be a history at the end of 2019. Currently, the ministry has, part of its efforts, has placed about 1,000 teachers on regular payroll, something the ministry noted they will continue to do in the interest of improving the sector. Maxine Bleaton is the Communications Director of the Ministry of Education.
Over 1,000 of supplementary payroll have been transferred to the regular payroll, which means we are taking those listings from the supplementary payroll to the regular payroll so that we can pay in line with your qualification, that which will commensurate with your qualification. So the minister told them, the first thing we want to do at the ministry with the senior management team is to make sure that this supplementary payroll is dealt with sufficiently and completed result.
At the same time, Mr. Bleaton has frowned on some in-service teachers who he noted are receiving government pay but are not working.
We will tackle the in-service teacher. Why are we having in-service teacher? The aim is to improve, to enhance, to advance your level of, of ability now to return to contribute to the nation building of our nation. So now, when you get the opportunity from the Ministry of Education, maybe through your COD or principal, because the principal need to recommend you, you come to the DO, from the DO to CU, then you be sent to the DMAI, DMSA, the DMA. The process is just, fantastic. And when you got that, people will leave their villages or town, they will come to Monrovia, they will go to the colleges, and then they get a degree, they will disappear and go and be teaching for another place, or working to the bank, or working other places.
Well, if you have just come our way, this is a reminder that you are watching Lntv News Live, a 30-minute presentation of major news, views, interviews, background reports, and analysis about Liberia, Africa, and our one world. It's Tuesday, February 26, 2019. My name is Zokwe Bestokon, anchoring this edition of the program. Let's recap our top stories. President George Weah is proposing the establishment of Liberia-Israel Center for Agriculture Training in the country. International Financial Corporation, IFC, pledges commitment to supporting small and medium enterprises and competitiveness in Liberia. Ministry of Education alarms over the defrauding of national government by some in-service teachers, threatens to take drastic measures against would-be violators. And of the home front, President Muhammadu Buhari has extended his lead as votes are being counted in Nigeria's general election amid allegations of manipulation. Lntv News Live takes a short break, and when we come back, we will join Koluba Zeze to fill us in with the world of sports.
Pleasant good evening and welcome to the Sports World. The LFA 2019 league season formally got off today with second division activities, but not too good the news for the oldest football club in Liberia, Invincible 11 RE. The Yellow Boys were beaten 4-2 by a strong Beer Mountain team at the Antoinette Tottenham Stadium at the start of the competition. While Invincible 11 RE went in that match as underdogs, and they conceded 3 goals within 30 minutes from Beer Mountain. In other results, the Invincible 11 rival Mati Barrow those days managed to come from 2 goals down to whip New Boys Samira FC 3 goals to 2 at the Doris Williams Sports Stadium in Buchanan, and it was the first time football of National Football Championship match took place at the Doris Williams Sports Stadium almost 8 years now. The LFA League activities also continue in the Unification Town, where Moscow FC came from 2 goals down to force Bristol FC to a 3-3 draw in front of a record crowd. Report says 5 penalties were awarded in that match. On the other side of Margate County, Mate Blue Angels were 2-0 winners over the Summers FC at the Nesebido Stadium. The LFA National League will continue tomorrow with the first division activities getting off, and defending football champions Leicester FC will try to put behind them the defeat on Sunday in the FA Cup when they challenge Kedris FC of Mamikpoto, and that will be game 2 at the Antoinette Tottenham Stadium, where Wednesday's toughest fixture is the pairing between Nima United and Manura Club Breweries. That fixture will take place at the North Star Stadium in Mabakle. All the fixtures that will come on will see FC Fasel making a return to the LFA National League after almost a year absence, after they were robbed of the title in 2016-17 league season by a Leicester FC protest. And FC Fasel will be in action against Coach Cooper Sano's LPRC Orders in Kakata at the Nesebido Stadium. And a young Liberian midfielder, David Tue, who plays for Leicester, that's Barracks Young Controllers, have completed his move to Belarus, where he signed a 1-year contract with a Premiership club in Belarus called FC Energetic BGU. And BGU plays in the Belarusian Premiership. They finished last season in second. They had an opportunity to play in the qualifying rounds of the Europa, but could not just go through. With the former Bon County midfielder and also Liberia Honor 20 midfielder signed yesterday for an undisclosed amount. Well, all of Liberia, one football referee from Tanzania has been handed a life ban by the international body of football, FIFA. The ethics committee of FIFA formed the referee Kyoto after accusing Charles Magay of breaching the FIFA ethics, as he was accused of receiving bribe. And the National Basketball Association, that's the NBA in the United States, has agreed to form a partnership with FIBA Afrique, or the Federation of African Basketball, to launch a professional league of basketball on the continent of Africa, which will see 12 teams competing, and that event or the league will kick off in January next year. Well, that's it for the sports.
Many thanks to Koluba Zeze for filling us in the world of sports. Let's continue with the program Lntv News Live. Our technology aimed at addressing Liberia's challenged transport sector has been launched in a country. The Do Ya Right app is amongst other things intended to help connect a rider and a driver in a more convenient and timely manner. The simple technology app, which is now being used by some Liberians, is providing conducive conditions for commuters in its primary operational areas. Roland Sir Washington and Linia Chie are 2 officials of Do Ya Right. They have been explaining more when they appeared on the Super Morning Show Tuesday.
Okay, so Luyan is a
platform that we engineered to solve our transportation issues in Liberia. So all of us were quite aware of the challenges we go through when it comes to getting, from one location to the next. Sure. So what this platform does is that it connects a rider to a driver seamlessly. So you don't have to stand in the street to wait for a taxi. You don't have to go through the regular struggles you go through, safety issues and all that. So we've tailored a mobile application that you can use, and right from the comfort, for example, from the comfort of this studio, I can order a cab to come and pick me up and take me to my next destination.
I used to tend to struggle for transportation, to struggle to get a car. And this is more like a simple solution where you don't have to worry. You just have to log on to the app and order a ride, or better still, you can just call the hotline because we also have call center. So if you don't have the app.
Ghanaian and South African airlines have signed a major memorandum of understanding in the Ghanaian capital, Accra, on Tuesday. The MOU is intended to promote international transport and trade. The African World Airlines of Ghana and the South African Airways Agreement seeks to allow passengers from Liberia, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, and Ghana to fly easily from their countries to the United States and other destinations. According to the co-chairman of Africa World Airline, Togbe Afedi, the agreement will ensure that passengers leaving from Liberia will fly only to Monrovia and Accra and subsequently to the USA. The new partnership will see 5 flights a week from Monrovia to Freetown and will as well promote African trade and commerce. Meanwhile, the CEO of South African Airways, Vonyani Jarana, says the MOU is a big boost to citizens of the continent and will go a long way in promoting the transport sector of Africa. A young woman activist, Peace Mate Boyi, has stressed the need for the increase of female participation in decision-making in Liberia. According to Boyi, the low representation of women into the political spheres is due to the cultural values which she noted should be changed. As part of said endeavor, she told Lntv News that her group has embarked on a young woman mentorship program. The program is geared towards giving vows and training to women who are passionate of politics across the country.
If you look at our political landscape, you find out that we have less female participation at the national level and even at the local level. See that there is a need to encourage female participation. Against this background, we have this project with funding from Canada through UN Women to mentor young women who are passionate about politics and leadership. Some of the risks we see coming forth is that they will have less.
Meanwhile, the regional project director of NAMOD, Janet Chie, said young women of Liberia have the courage to serve but need guardians and motivation. She admitted that the shadow of suppression has been a huge challenge, something they are trying to address.
I observed that the young people actually have the heart to serve in leadership, but they need more motivation. They need arms around them. They need to be pushed out to take up the responsibility around them. Because in our field of thought, as we embrace them, we find out that they are worthy to go to do the things that we're asking them to do. Because we're serving as a motivation, like, yes, we believe we can do it, we can be at this level, it all depends on you.
The Canadian consultant to the African Christians Fellowship International ACFR, Win Shank, is encouraging Liberians to be steadfast in formulating programs that will build their spiritual lives and develop the country. Elder Shank spoke with roving reporter Abuya recently in Dixville Township, Montserrat County, at the close of the ACFR Annual World Missions Conference.
On I would say that I see that there's a lot of need for people to be able to be given advantage as individual families, to be given advantage, to be able to get jobs, to be able to earn money for themselves so that the families can be self-sustaining. And I see that there needs to be some growth in that area, but of course that takes time. We're talking about advancing in our maturity and our ways of relating to our neighbors and the nation as a whole, to provide more effective ministry and just being good citizens.
Meanwhile, the Bishop of ACFI, Edward Kofi, calls on young people to unite and desist from negative vices that derail the peace process.
Well, what happened here at the conference, we accepted the fact that we have a responsibility to go about doing that vision, which was to preach Christ across this country in many forms. Listen to the man, dear brother. In our all are called to mount the pulpit and say, "Thus said the Lord." We can preach Christ in our daily lives.
What do you say?
The Haja Kadiatu Sharif Memorial Clinic, newly opened in the Police Academy community, is calling for donor support to enable the smooth operation of the clinic. The clinic, if supported, will buttress government's efforts in the health sector of Liberia. Speaking in an interview with reporters, Montserrat County Environmental Health Coordinator Momo Kamara pledged the county health team support to the clinic.
We are looking at most of the time a waste management area. If we generate any healthcare waste, how to manage that waste, and also otherwise, so when it comes to running water in a facility, got a healthcare facility. That's my main area of support. Water, sanitation, and hygiene is my main area that I will be supporting the facility with.
Speaking earlier to Lntv News, the Haja Kadiatu Sharif Medical Clinic head nurse Afrida Batua and the laboratory technician Richard Howard said the clinic needs adequate support to reach the healthcare needs of the citizens.
Okay, yes, we need medical equipment like needles, syringes, plaster that's a dressing material for the injection room, and then we need more drugs, especially for children, adults, and big better. We say pregnant women or OB. In our society, we say OB clinicians. So we need these drugs, and if we can get help from the government, it will be a great job for us.
Let's now bring you our foreign news. President Muhammadu Buhari has extended his lead as votes are being counted in Nigeria's general election amid allegations of manipulation. Mr. Buhari has won 13 of Nigeria's 36 states, while his rival Atiku Abubakar has taken 11 states and the capital, Abuja. As results came in, Mr. Abubakar's People's Democratic Party, PDP, alleged that there have been irregularities. Party chair Uche Secondos called the count incorrect and unacceptable. He said there had been an attempt by the government and other agencies to manipulate the result, but did not give any evidence after the results from 24 states and the capital had been declared. Mr. Buhari had a 1.5 million vote lead, but the results from the states in the southeast, the PDP headlines, had not yet been announced. The EU, US, and African Union have all expressed concern about delays and logistical problems with voting on Saturday, but no independent observers have suggested fraud. Mr. Buhari, a member of the governing All Progressive Congress APC party, is seeking re-election but faces a strong challenge from Mr. Abubakar. Each party says the other is working with the Independent National Electoral Commission, (INEC), to influence the vote, which was initially scheduled for 16 February but delayed at the last minute. Mr. Mr. Buhari has promised to build on his accomplishments in office so far, while Mr. Abubakar, a business tycoon, has accused the president of wasting his term. Whoever wins in Africa's most populous nation and largest economy faces a range of problems including power shortages, corruption, security threats, and an economic slowdown. Well, with that from the foreign scene, this is how we come to the end of the program, Lntv News Live. But before we take a leave of you, let's recap our headlines. President George Weah is proposing the establishment of Liberia-Israel Center for Agriculture Training in the country. International Financial Corporation pledges commitment to supporting small and medium enterprises and competitiveness in Liberia. Ministry of Education alarms over the defrauding of national government by some in-service teachers, threatens to take drastic measures against would-be violators. And of the home front, President Muhammadu Buhari has extended his lead as votes are being counted in Nigeria's general election amid allegations of manipulation. Well, thanks to you all for your viewing role. Many thanks to all of our reporters, correspondents, technicians, switchers, and editors for making this package a success. And many thanks to Koluba Zeze, who fed us in with the world of sports. Lntv News Live is a production of the television department of the Liberia Broadcasting System. This program comes on every Monday to Friday, with the early edition at 10 to 10:30 in the morning and the late edition at 8 to 8:30 in the evening. On behalf of the entire television staff, my name is Zokwe Deslup.